pick.
And once again, they'll select up to the top 6 of this 200 freestyle for the relay, the 4x200 freestyle relay. So I guess this is the bonus, getting into a final. You've only got to really beat 2 people to get yourself onto the team, as long as you swim fast enough as well. Here's the lineup. Nicholas Frost was the fastest qualifier. Rob Hurley, the 400 champion in there. Kenrick Monk, the Olympian. Kirk Palmer was part of the 4x2 freestyle relay that won a medal. So too Pat Murphy. The new guys in there, I guess, are Beato, who is already qualified for Worlds in the open water, Daniel Smith and Tommaso De Songa in lane number 1.
We've been talking a lot about Rob Hurley. If he can win here, he really will announce himself.
There's quite a difference in size and stature between Nick Frost and the boys that will surround him in Kirk Palmer and Rob Hurley. But fine little motor Nick Frost has in the water. He is a power machine. Here's Pat Murphy, went to the Worlds in 05 and the Worlds in 07. Bronze medal, as I said. Swam the lead-off in the 4x200 freestyle relay to record the 3rd fastest time by an Australian. So he has the fastest PB of all the boys, Pat Murphy. Here's Kirk Palmer, trains with Vince Riley. Olympics, swam the heats. Here's Nick, put up, focusing, Southport Olympic Club, trains with Vince Riley.
Can we see him under there?
Yep.
Just?
He can see what he needs to see, which is lane number 4. His space in this pool to prove himself. Here's Rob Hurley. 1:48.46 is his personal best time. We'll have to improve there. Here's Kenrick Monk, now training with Michael Bowl up in Queensland. Raced the 200 free at the Olympics. So this young man will race the 5 kilometres for Australia at the World Championships in Rome. Now trying to qualify in the pool as well. And here's Daniel Smith. Dennis Cottrell trains him at Miami. And he's also a QAS athlete.
Just 17, he's the youngest in the race.
Yeah, he's the one that they're talking about being a future 1500 freestyle swimmer as well. There's Nick, pre-race routine, bit of a jump, arm swinging. Hurley.
So they're on their blocks and just about set for the men's 200 metres freestyle final. Frost got away well in lane 4. So too Daniel Smith in lane 8. He's at the bottom of his screen. Then Beato in 7. Monk, who won in 07 in lane 6. Hurley in 5. Frost in 4. Palmer in 3. Murphy in 2. And De Songa in 1.
Frost is putting together a nice first 50. He looks really strong, taking the boys out. Kenrick Monk is also trying to go with them. In fact, it's Paddy Murphy first on the wall, 25.11. So not much in it at all, just 12 100ths of a second in the first 50. Pat is the best, fastest time in here, so he really does need to lead it out and dominate it. Kenrick Monk is trying to do the same thing as well. So our 2 experienced guys from the Olympics are trying to lead it out.
Murphy and Monk it will be between those 2 as they turn at the halfway stage of the men's 200, and it's Murphy in lane 2. Let's have a look, 52.14.
Yeah, not too bad at the 100-metre mark. Pat has led that out comfortably. The third 50, the money lap in a 200 metres freestyle. It's the one that hurts. It's the one when your mind starts to fade a little bit, your concentration starts to wane. You really need to feel like you're going harder than any lap.
Murphy still leading, and is anything has looked more authoritative through that 50. He's getting some pressure from Palmer on his inside as he turns with 50 to go. Monk is second, Palmer is third, and in the fast lanes, Frost and Hurley have got a lot of work to do.
Well, the boys are going to try and come back at Pat, but he's breathing across the field. He will see every one of them, and that will drive him even harder in these final stages.
Crowd really getting involved now. Murphy in lane 2, not often we see a winner out of lane 2, but Pat Murphy has led pretty much from start to finish, and he gets there in a time of 1:46.85. He's off to Rome. Is the Australian champion, Kenrick Monk, second.
Well done, Pat Murphy. A great performance. Kenrick Monk will join him as the 2 representatives. They'll look at top 6. De Songa is in 3rd, so he'll be considered, if not selected. Hurley's in 4th, Frost is in 5th, Palmer's in 6th. So those top 6 boys, they will definitely select or consider for the relay. So an exciting time for Pat Murphy. He's from Albury in Victoria. He's a wonderful boy, and I'm so pleased that he's actually qualified himself back on the Australian team for an individual spot. He really just led from start to finish, didn't he? He was so dominant off the wall, and just, that's Kenrick Monk we're travelling with, but just really had a race plan of catch me if you can, and held his stroke together so wonderfully as we take a look at him in slow-mo.
And a good swim from Monk as well, who was second last year here to Hackett and won the year before.
Good boy, number 1, and he will get that individual spot. He'll have to race against Michael Phelps. Of course, he said that he may play with his program, but that may be one that he lines up against.
All right, there's confirmation of our winner for the men's 200 metres freestyle, Patrick Murphy, Kenrick Monk in second place. And Mark Howard has our winner.
Paddy, the Australian champion, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. So it was all right. I mean, as I was just saying, it's sort of the Beijing Blues, and it was about a second off my best, but can't complain.
Tell me about the Beijing Blues.
Yeah, a lot of eating and, you know, doing the wrong sort of things for a couple of weeks. But, yeah, it's taken a while getting back into it due to injuries and a few other things. So with my preparation that I've had, I'm very happy.
How tough is it to get back in it after going to such a big high at the Olympics?
Yeah, it is, especially at the age that I'm at now. You know, getting pretty old at 25. So, you know, it does get a lot harder, I suppose, on your body. And, you know, it takes a lot of time to sort of get back to where you were before.
You swum this at the event at the Worlds in 07. How's your preparations coming along compared to that time 2 years ago?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're well ahead of the schedule, I suppose, from 2 years ago. It was a bit disappointing missing out on the individual swim last year, but, you know, I had a job to do at the Olympics, and that was the lead off, and, you know, I suppose I did that as well as I could. So now it's trying to, I suppose I've got the individual swim and try and get that relay in the medal spot.
Congratulations, Patrick. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, we promised you a hectic night, and it certainly was. Nicole, what about a highlight?
I think 2 highlights for me, so I can't just go with one. Marika Gura making the team again, breaking the Australian and Commonwealth record in the 50.